Hi guys, welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. For those of you who are new, welcome to the channel. I am Nicole. Aries, this is going to be your mid-month September reading for 2023, obviously, right? So with that, this will be for your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus cross watcher. If that is you, welcome to the channel as well. Always a privilege to have each and every single one of you, so thank you. Aries, so for those of you who have liked, subscribed, commented, and shared the channel, thank you so very much. It is greatly appreciated. And for those of you who have donated or booked personal readings with me, thank you so very much. I appreciate you and trusting me with your world, so thank you for that. Aries, let's just get right to it, please, right? Coming out of the depths of hell. No other way to put it, is that's what I've heard from Spirit. You guys are, if I remember right, it might have been Monday when I did the all signs reading that, and please correct me, feel free to correct me below, or it was your September reading overall, but I remember it was coming in and then it left me that quickly. Geez. Either way, Aries, as I lack memory here, you guys are really, like, I think you were like in a lower space for a hot second kind of feeling. But Aries, this is you returning back to some vibrancy. So maybe you're like tired of feeling the heat of a situation, tired of feeling like everything that you touch is burning you, like situations are just difficult or unreliable, or whatever it might be. Things are getting twisted and misconstrued and that kind of thing. But I feel like, you know, you're growing into something that is much more feasibly resistant to the bullshit. Like, it's an interesting energy that I get attached to this card. There's a little bit of nervous energy attached to it, so it's kind of like a test of your willpower and strength, essentially, when it comes to your confidence of what you're capable of doing. But I also feel like you are recognizing 222, you're recognizing how far you've come. Like, you are the leader of the zodiac, right? We started off with you, and it's like you're stepping into your own, you're coming into your own. It doesn't even matter like the chaos that's going on around you. So this could be like on a world scale of just the lives that we live right now are just chaotic. Our economy, our everything, right? I won't get too deep there, but it's like you are prevailing through whatever this is, and new ideas are coming in. Like, you've earned your stripes. You've earned your stripes. So Aries, let's dive in and see what comes up. Also, I'm going to say to you this too, it's drawing my attention, the IE of Aries, and you think about like when people write things out, like IE is the example. So you could be using examples in your life or comparing things to other situations right now for whatever reason. I'm not real sure what that's about. But you're laying down the law of examples. So you could be living your life by example, right? So if you got kids or just you want to be a good role model for those around you, you are living by those examples. So, all right, let's see, Aries, what's happening here? Spirit, mid-month for Aries, fortitude and renewal. There it is. I love it. I feel like you've contemplated on something for a while too. Like, June, July, and even back in Aries season could have been on the timer, by the way. Those time periods could have been significant markers for something that was testing your Spirit is calling it tenacity for something. And I think that those time frames could have been indicative as to what you are able to persevere through. So, think about those, April into May, and then June and July, what you had going on in those time periods. Efficiency. You're moving effectively. I feel like you're starting to manage your time better. Spirit is also saying your resources as well. So, like, there's new growth on the horizon. If it's not already hit you, it's coming. And stretch, like, yeah, you are making the most of every second that you have, or trying to make the most of every second that you have, trying to Spirit is also saying multiplying. So it's like your resources, your time, your energy, your efforts, like where you may have felt depleted in the past, all of a sudden you're feeling like there's an abundance of, and you're learning how to manage those things better in your world, which is always a lovely energy to be in, right? It's fantastic. I'll take both of those. Context and preservation. Writing, something to do with writing keeps coming up too. The core and the essence of who it is that you are, Aries. Um, ooh, going back. Ooh, I got the chills. Okay, so interesting energy. As I'm looking at these cards, this is the life process, right? So it's going from like, it's almost stepping backwards from efficiency of the full growth of you to this childlike wonder of this context. It's a very innocent type of energy. So you're going back to the basics essentially. And then this preservation is you being birthed in the womb. So this is like a rebirth, a renewal of you, which is the energy we've seen in the split, right? I'm getting really excited about this, Aries. So it's like you may have felt like at some point your head was going to explode when it come to certain things and certain events or certain people or certain situations. But like you've been able to take that growth and like harvest it, like to preserve it, to put it in a jar and put it on a shelf for another day, another time. And then it sounds really weird, right? But it's like to go back to the womb is a space of an incubation period, right? You could be going through an incubation period right now for yourself. And I feel like I may have used that word in another reading. I can't remember which reading that was. But you could be protecting your children somehow. You could also be in a space of protecting your inner child at this time as well. So it's like back down to the bare bones of what life has created for you or what you have created in this life. Some of you too, side note, could be expecting, could be finding out about the what will be the birth of a child. I almost want to say could be a birth of a child. So just be aware of that as well. Make sure you're taking care of yourselves or your spouse or whomever is. But there's growth. There's growth happening back at the very start of life, like all over again for you. This is a very interesting message where you may have felt dead, done, bewildered by life. You have stepped back into this space of breathing life back into you, or situations like all of a sudden, like it feels like the universe is on your side. The number 7 too is very important as well. But it's like even when you have felt depleted, like you're shedding an old skin of who you were, and it's going to depend on how you take this. You know, we all have free will in what we choose to do and how we choose to live our lives, Aries. And for you, it's like you're going back to the simplicity of why you do what you do, how you do what you do, and all of those parts. So if you've felt like life had burdened you, burnt you out, exhausted you, there's a new life coming to form for you. And what you do with that, how you decide to engage with that energy is going to be up to you. But I do think that something very beautiful comes out of this as well. Time and resources into new investments as well is what Spirit is giving me. So your creative could be coming into form as well. The text, writing and text, whatever that is. You may be watching what you say, how you say it at this time too. What you are putting into words, whether you're actually texting, the content of what it is that you are writing or doing or putting into verbalization, like whatever this is, right? It's almost like you're kind of holding your cards back, right? You're holding your poker hand, and you're not putting all your cards down. You're not putting all the chips in one place, right? Like you're being very strategic about what you're relaying and communicating at a specific time. Plans and goals ahead as this incubation, because I almost feel like you're sitting on thoughts and processes and what it is that you want to do moving forward. and you're letting life, like you're breathing life into these things slowly but surely. Like you may be sitting at a desk or in like a workspace or something where you're starting to dream up these ideas and understand that in order to make these things happen, you've got to start taking steps towards those. But it's like you may be doing your normal like 9 to 5 or whatever it is that you do, but you've got this side thing that is in your focus, right? Like you're stashing up those tools to make shit happen later on. So you could be doing new business ventures, new ideas, new creative things, new projects. So very cool. I like this energy. I really, really like um, the leg. I don't know what this means. The leg of the lamb is what Spirit just said. Um, and I'll say this too, and it might have been, who's reading? I forget whose reading it was. But either way, I talked about like the lamb, like being born and getting its legs underneath it. But I feel like whatever this is, like you already have a leg to stand on. Like you have some kind of prior working knowledge of what it is you're stepping into as you move forward. So be aware, like you've got the tools in the shed, right? Like get out there and build whatever you're building or whatever you're planning on doing. So super, super cool messages, longer than anticipated, but I really, really like that energy. And it is an energy of transformation. Jump in, jump in, jump in, jump in, jump in with that detach at the bottom. I feel like whatever you're doing too, there's a part of it that doesn't quite feel right. And so with this efficiency, if you were, you know, maybe wasting your time, or now looking back think that you were wasting your time on a certain thing, you're just not doing that anymore. You're going to jump in full throttle into the things that are working for you. And it's also asking you to take a chance and give whatever you're questioning a try. Like the only way we ever know if it's going to work is if we put our best foot forward. You know, is it Wayne Gretzky that says like you miss every shot you don't take, right? Like, so it's an automatic miss. You didn't even try. You didn't shoot for the net, right? So if you're a hockey fan, good deal. I love hockey. But so you have to be willing to take that shot, right? You don't take the shot, you miss the shot. And it's that time to start to really harvest what you're capable of doing in your world, Aries. I like this energy very, very much for you. So what is this for context and preservation, please? Context and preservation. Give. I'm telling you, I said incubation period. You got give and patience, right? You've got to give to something. You've got to give your feeling into the things that you are creating. You're being patient and being focused. And you know what? I'm going to say this. Most of the readings that I've done for this mid-month series, about 2 to 3 cards, now 3 to 4 cards in, that let it go has been underneath. That to me is leading up. When I look at these cards, this is leading up to where you are now. You let the shit, that detachment that we've seen, you're letting those things go, right? Anything that is holding you back, you're letting it go. The focus, knowing that you needed to put the tools in the shed and prepare and have that that attention to what does work and starting to build that up. And it's, this card says you're being asked to shift your focus away from what isn't working, which I said right before I shuffled these, and toward what is. Paying extra attention to where you place your focus is the first step towards creating an amazing life. And then above that is patience. That incubation period, you have to have patience. You don't, you know, if we're going to talk about giving life, right? Like as a woman, like you don't go in to the doctor's office every other week and going, well, you know, like you have to be patient. You know, that baby's got to cook for damn near 10 months, right? If you plant seeds, you don't go back up and like dig them up every 3 seconds, right? Like you sit and you patiently remain doing and giving and nurturing the things that you're working on. And Aries, that's precisely what you're doing. You're giving it thought and you're giving it love and you're nurturing this to bring this into life, whatever this is. So I love this reading for you guys. This is fantastic. Be patient, be calm, be still, enjoy the workings too. Spirit, I got the goosebumps. Spirit is also saying to you that make sure that as you're culminating what you need, as you're building up what you need, your resources or whatever this is, oh my gosh, they're throwing so much at me. Work with others to make that happen, and make sure that you are enjoying, I'm going to let that go, enjoying the journey as you move into this, right? It's about being present. It's about being aware. It's not just about getting from point A to point B. It's about enjoying what is actually going on in the meantime, and I apologize, it's too far away for me to get up and turn it off, so we'll just let it go for a second, if you can hear that. All right, Spirit, for Aries. The Power of Purpose. Cancer, I think, also had that card. Let's see what else is going on for Aries. A Higher View. I forget what sign. These are like repetitive cards, guys. 15:15 on the clock. Great and full. I'm telling you, like, there's 50 some cards, I think, in this deck. I'm pretty sure 50 some. The same cards have just keep coming out. Close Encounter. Spirit just keeps saying you are reaching your full potential. Expect a call. I don't even know why. Like, this came through. Like, I just, after hearing that, like, expect a phone call. Expect a call of good news. It's almost like an invitation to something. There's going to be 2 offers. Aries, there's going to be 2 offers. I think you're going to be curious about the first one. Someone else will call, give you a second offer of something, and that one's a no. So that's not going to be for everybody. That'll be for some of you. But whatever that is, if there's like 2 offers coming in, the second one's a no. Take the first one and freaking go. Go with whatever it is. Could be a date, it could be work, it could be all kinds of things, right? Take that second one, and that's the second. It's like the second best option, but I still don't feel like it pans out. That first one, solid stuff right there. Okay, anyhow, this Power of Purpose, making your mark in the world. It's like target practice, right? Like, whatever you've been doing for so long has been practice leading up to this point, and it's like mastering what it is. Now you've got the whole world like in front of you going, okay, I see my target, I'm off. And again, this full, great and full, excuse me, nourishing, right? Like, this cup is so full, there's extra to give. And then what do we have with that? Giving your love, time, and attention to the things that are so very important to you. And you're opening up, like, you could be getting involved in, like, I don't want to call it humanitarianism, but it's like, you're just giving. Like, you're seeing where change needs to occur. You're figuring it out, right? You're seeing where this change needs to occur, and you may be taking the initiative to make these changes happen, or at least be like a deciding factor in, you could just be standing up. So when I say a deciding factor, you could just be standing up saying, we can do this one of 2 ways. And I think that this way, that first option, right, is the best way forward. So and I want to say as a team, let's make this happen. Let's do this together. Let's make fantastic things occur. And I'm going to say this is even in your own home. So if you're dealing with like a spouse or a significant other, like, all of a sudden, like, you guys are coming together and going, let's make this shit happen. So whatever your plans are, whatever you've been thinking about doing, it could be something as simple as vacation, home remodeling projects, having another child, like, the list goes on and on and on for all of you. So just be aware that it's like all of a sudden you're getting on the same page and you're ready to make movement on what it is that you're shooting and aiming to do and achieve. So what is this Power of Purpose? Power of Purpose for Aries. I don't really like the way that card came out. All right, for Aries, please, Spirit. Thank you. Ten of Pentacles. There may have been some concern and worry for a little while around how you were going to get to this point. Like, am I ever going to get there? Is this ever going to be a thing? Or whatever this might be for you, the Knight of Swords. I feel like you've gone from a place of being maybe unassertive to assertive and going, look, I've thought about this. I've seen how this works. I'm not taking any more risk with what I'm doing. Like, I know that I'm capable of making forward progress and movement, and I'm going to take that and I'm going to run with it. 1919. Back to the very basics. The Fool is the very beginning of everything. It is a zero. It is infinite. It goes on forever, right? It's the constant loop. And now it's like you're ready to take this loop, jump through that initial threshold, that restart button, right? And you're going after it. This Knight of Swords, I'm not his biggest fan, but it's like once you get the mental clarity around what it is that you're doing, and then we've got that Knight of Wands. He can be impulsive, but it's like you also know that you have built up. It's almost like you've built up so much good for yourself, there's a need and desire to make that impact either in the world or for somebody else, or just whatever you hold near and dear to your heart, Aries. What is this higher view, Spirit? Oh, we got there, it's falling over. What is this higher view? The Sun. There's going to be a few speed bumps, Aries. There's going to be a few speed bumps along the way, but you've got the Sun. The Sun is there. There's the Hermit. I think you're going to learn. Three of Cups. You're going to be learning. You could be mentoring under somebody else as well for whatever this is. You could be having real, like, I'm going to call them on again, off again conversations with somebody. So you could be mentoring, or you could be the one being mentored at this time. So it's like either you're showing the light and the way to somebody, or vice versa, right? So somebody here is carrying a lot of wisdom that's going to highlight the path forward. And it's going to be, I think it's going to move at a steady pace with this Eight of Wands in the sideways position. Like, it's not going to go too fast. It's not going to go too slow, but you're going to be able to work through this. And it's like, you know, you also, when you look at her on this higher purpose with this bird, she's riding on him, you know, and you want to make sure, you know, be cute here, the sky is clear, right? You want to make sure that the way forward is clear and apparent as to where you're going. You don't want to go full speed and then, you know, this bird just flies up into the side of a helicopter, flies into the side of a plane, and everybody's going down, right? So it's like, it's not full speed ahead, but you are moving forward at a very steady pace that is illuminating, and you're learning through this experience. It's steadfast. It's steadfast. You've overcome a lot of the hurdles, and you may see a few things come up where you feel like you have to dig in a little deeper to certain areas of your life to understand certain things that are happening, or certain things that you just need to progress forward in whatever it is that you are doing. But either way, it's serving a very high purpose, and I feel like it feels good for you, like you're steadfastly working on the things you need to get to where you need to go. So, and that Three of Cups, doing it with other people, you're planting the seeds. I think maybe even 3 years ago, Aries, you may have planted the seeds for something. So that takes us back to what, 2020? So that's when god-awful pandemics were going on, you know, full throttle. So you may have put some plans off, something you had been thinking about during that time frame. And now it's kind of like, okay, let's get back to this. Let's get back to that thing that I put in incubation. So that incubation period might be coming to an end for some of you already. This great and full, please, Spirit. What is this great and full? Great and full for Aries. Yeah, you've done a period of healing and reflecting, and you're ready to move forward from this. It's like, you know that a particular cycle that may have been exhausting for you to some degree. A lot of mental energy here, Aries, so settle yourself. But where, like, you put some major issues to bed. So again, I'm going to reiterate, April, June, July could have been time periods where you really put a lot of things to close, to ends, chapters of your life. They were slowly fading out to move you into this space of this great and full energy. I like this for you. I think this is fantastic. This is Ten of Swords, Spirit. What is this? Ten of Swords. The Three of Cups. You may also be ending partnerships too. So again, and I'm seeing a lot of this when it comes to, like, and I think it has to do with that Venus and retrograde energy that we had, where, you know, we were reevaluating our friendships and the people that we were, you know, working with, or depending on where it was sitting at for you at that time. And I'm not even sure, so I can't even tell you, but, or what under what house, but the partnerships that maybe were a little fake, a little fragile, where anything seemed to undercut the work that you were doing. You may get to a point too in work, home, wherever, where you're not tolerating anything that is, I hate to say heavy, but like, where you feel like somebody else isn't fully invested into what it is that they're doing, or they're not living up to a standard of whatever their title might be. So it's like, if they're not fully focused in that energy with you, it's almost like you're going to give back what you're getting from them. And part of this give is you get what you give, right? So you stay in your high integrity of what you're giving, and it will be reciprocated, right? And then for people who are giving, you know, breadcrumbing you, essentially, that's what you're giving, that's what you're getting, right? Like, no hard feelings. This is the way that it is. So, and it's you, yeah, you're working through anything you need to. And you talk about that patience too. That's Seven of Pentacles. He's a little bored with it, but he's got to be patient, right? Like it's going to come to fruition. It always does. So Aries, what's the advice here for you guys? Aries advice. Many hands of the goddess. You've probably got your hands in many things, right? The goddess Kuan Yin brings blessings to multiple projects and many different parts of your life and consciousness, beloved. She is not limited to one task at a time. Do not be afraid to surrender into her guiding wisdom and creative genius, for there is much that you can accomplish together. She is assisting you now. Voila. Like, Aries, I don't know what else. Voila, there it is. I'm telling you, you may be working with other people. You may be working with a higher power as well. And whatever, like I said earlier, you're still working on whatever it is you do. So 9 to 5, whatever, but this creative next step process for you, you're working on it. Like it's go time. Like it's time to jump in and give to what is giving back to you so that you can make new plans, new goals. And P.S. today is the new moon. So if you're going to make 26, those cycles, right? Infinity. If you're going to do it, now's the time to do it. Go for it. Take it, run with it, roll with it, and do your thing. Aries, it's like the green light is a go. Go, 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 go. Go do your thing. But I think this is really cool energy for you guys. It's fantastic, fantastic. Good stuff. I'm excited for whatever y'all have going on. I'm excited. I've been at Aries rising, so yay. So Aries, on that note, if you guys found this video resonated for you, hit that like button, subscribe, share, comment to the channel as well. And again, if you are interested in personal readings, that information can be found in the description box below, as well as the about section of the page and holisticallyzenwv.com for a full list of products and services. Wishing you guys the very best. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the new moon energy. And, you know, make yourself a manifestation board tonight. Get creative. Do that. That'll help bring this into your vision, into light, into birth, right? Put that out there. So, all right. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you soon. Love and light. Bye.